what's up? This is the second episode of the REG Podcast, and we have the same original people, and our live audience is back. So today we're talking about different stuff. Last time was really heavy on like the upcoming stuff about gaming. Well, it's still about gaming, but it's really heavy about what's coming up in the future of gaming and everything, and our favorite stuff from last year.
This gaming podcast about games.
Whoa, what
is this?
The world's coming to an end. Okay, anyways, so
I'm tired.
To my right, your left is Kyle Page, also known as Kipperman. I am Chris Adam, known as Cross Canadian. Brad, get your hands off your face.
That was obviously Brad.
We got Tim Clark, who's Metal Militia, and Brad Faust, who is Lost Cause or Drab, or we'll just keep going with that.
Yeah. See, on Steam right now I'm Drab. On Xbox Live I guess I'm Lost Cause.
You guess.
Yeah.
You forgot already.
I haven't used Xbox in
This last
4 months.
Is Drab Brad switched with the B?
You see, what happened is I was playing online with a couple of guys. I think one of them was drunk, and he typed my name wrong. And he's like, "You like my dyslexic spelling of your name? I'm sticking with it." So we just kind of kept using it. It's stuck. So that's Drab.
So the first thing I thought would be interesting is I wanted to know where everybody got their gamer tags from. But you already just went into that. So.
Yeah. Well, that's my Steam one anyway.
Yeah. So we'll start with you.
My actual gamer tag is.
Because my initials are KIP, Kip, I kind of branched out and made Kipperman. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it.
And you've basically been using that.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I use. I've got
Or
variations
Kipman,
of Kip, like Kip person and all that kind of stuff, but I basically stick with the Kipperman.
And I basically, when I first started Xbox and got my gamer tag, I made the dumbest one looking back now. It was like Rad Extreme 481. It was like Rad and then Extreme.
Yeah.
And I got really sick of that after a couple of years of using it, so I decided to come up with something else.
You actually paid Microsoft to change
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the worst part is about the story is that I changed it. I thought the name I had was good.
And
I didn't like it. I
you
changed it
twice.
back to Rad Extreme.
And then
I changed it to my current one.
You paid it to go back to Red?
Yes. So in total that was
3 pages.
2,300 Microsoft points.
Yeah.
You, my friend.
That is
That's
I'm
that is-
sorry. You're an idiot.
Yeah, I know it's bad. It's bad.
Tim, where did yours come from?
Mine, originally I had the idea from a Metallica song, but I didn't like the numbers I could put into the Xbox Live. Like, it had to just be a bunch of ones because it was already taken. So then I went with the spelling that the skate brand uses.
I was wondering where your shoes had your name on.
Yeah, I get these custom made along with my shirts.
Brad, he's so famous. He has his own monster truck.
Yeah. And dirt biking team.
Okay.
Another thing, we have to speak up a little bit.
Do we have?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, your turn for Lost Cause.
My actual one. Okay, so Lost Cause I actually stole from someone else.
Oh.
Back in the days of Star Wars and Battlefront 2, I came across a guy whose name was Lost Cause. I'm like, I like it, so I decided to add 1138 onto it because if you know
Yeah,
Star Wars,
Star
you know 1138. So it works.
Nice. And speaking of Star Wars, good transition. We all started
Segway.
since the last podcast. We all started playing.
Well,
Star
you all
Wars.
started playing Star
Yeah.
Wars. I've been playing
Yeah.
Star Wars for well over a year.
We all started playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, the free-to-play online MMO. And
I paid for it, but that's just me.
yeah, so you're still paying for it, but
I need to resubscribe again.
first I wanted to find out what everybody thought about it and what they've played so far.
I thought it was pretty good. I personally like the idea of the
Cinematic cutscenes.
yeah, just how to word it, how they did the voices, how they made it very quite interactive in that way by the choices that you can choose.
Yeah, like
Pretty
that
good.
was one of the main things when they were talking about when they were making it, like
It
how
took
much
them-
voice acting they
That's
did.
why it took them 6 years to make it.
Yeah.
Holy.
I think it's a good game.
Obviously, because you sunk so much freaking time in the last
Oh,
month.
come on, that's nothing.
He's like 2 days or a few days ago. He's like, okay. So when he was dropping me off at like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, he's just like, quick, I gotta get home and play 2 hours before I go to bed. And then he's like, okay, so tomorrow I have to go somewhere at this time, so I have to get up early to play 2 hours in the morning before I go. He's like, I have to get 7 hours in, otherwise.
Yeah, so you've been playing it for how long now?
A month.
2 weeks. No,
No, I guess
2 and 3 weeks.
Okay, what level are you?
24.
On the one character.
I
And
was-
then 12 on the other character.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing to keep
I
saying.
hit level 52 months in.
I have a life!
Well,
Not much of
I
one.
have-
Not much
wait,
of one.
Granted, I've been playing the game for a year. I have 2 level 50 characters. I've gotten 3 characters. Well, 1 character to level 30. On top of that, plus another 2 at level 24.
And our newer one.
Plus our newer ones which are both sitting at about level. Well, one's level 11, the other's level 16. And then I've deleted probably about 4 or 5 other characters that I've gotten to level 10, just as I wanted to just
Just do
try
that.
out the different classes. And,
700 hours later.
oh no, we're probably
700?
talking closer to 900 hours plus.
I told you.
Yeah.
So the math is even worse.
Okay, so what are you at now? You're
Me?
Yeah. You
I'm
checked
at like
recently?
a day and 16 hours.
That was a week ago. We checked, and you were like over a day in. I remember you saying
Hey,
something.
then
You
I'm
were
on
over
one
30
character.
hours in.
Then I'm probably about
character.
2 days in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
that-
one character.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, on one character.
And then
I'm
he
at
still
over
has the other
600.
character, which we
Yeah.
put.
On one character.
Yeah, I'm over 600 on one character. But I mean, that character I got to level 50, like I said, like 2-3 months in, and I played a lot of time on that character doing other stuff.
What? Yeah, like what others? There's that actually 600 hours worth of like missions. And
No, that's most of that's epically failing at doing operations, and lots of PvP and platforms, and grinding for new gear and whatnot. Because the end game gear grind is a pain in the ass, but there's nothing else to do at the end game really. So
Yeah. So obviously you like the game.
Yeah.
Obviously you like the game.
Yeah.
Sounds like you like the game.
I like it.
I like it, but I like it more for the Star Wars aspect. If it wasn't Star Wars,
But you don't like MMOs.
no, I do. I kind of do. Like,
have you played any other MMO but Star Wars Galaxies?
Yes.
Yes, he played RuneScape. I
Okay,
think.
that
RuneScape
RuneScape
No,
doesn't count.
okay. No, I played other ones.
Like
I've just
such as?
tried them. I just
Like
can't
what?
Have you played
remember.
WoW?
It's been a long time, but like I like them. It's just
Have
I
you ever
don't like
played-
the
Have you played WoW?
grinding. Like you constantly. It's like if you're not a high level, then lots of the time it's like when you're just looking at other people, it's like, oh, I want that stuff, but it takes like, as you say, days to get that.
So you have
Days,
to
we're
work.
talking weeks.
You
Yeah.
look at the
months.
prize at the end of the
Because
tunnel.
you can only do. You can
What
only
prize, Tim?
just think
A
you can-
fancy lightsaber and somebody crowning you the title of no life.
Can you get titles and stuff saying that there was like you could get a title for clearing one of the operations in under an hour.
See?
I don't know if my
Sounds
team,
like it's worth it.
I don't know if
Yeah.
my raid, I don't know if my raid team ever actually did that though. I think we came close, but we.
One thing's easy for him though is that he doesn't have a job. So.
Yeah, I have.
That's the other.
I have a
yeah.
job, but I've still managed to put this much time.
And you have a
into it.
girlfriend too.
That's
Yeah. Well, see, I was single for 2.5 years, so that's why I had plenty of time to play video games.
Last one plays.
Exactly.
But, like,
I was
I
only
think-
depressed. What else did I have to do?
I think I like it, but if it was any other thing except for maybe like a Lord of the Rings MMO or some other.
because they haven't made a good.
Well, no,
Lord of the
I'm
Rings
just
MMO.
saying, like if it was the
Everyone
exact
makes
same
a
game,
game.
if it was like almost the same game, but it was skinned as like a Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, the
game.
only reason why I played it is to the Star Wars.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
love that
saying. It's like
universe.
if it was just another one of those average
Oh, yeah.
medieval MMOs or whatever, I wouldn't play it.
No, I totally wouldn't either. Because I have no interest in the story there.
Yeah.
For Star Wars, I love the history and the lore that's there. I know enough about it to get it and enjoy it.
And some of us, we can look at their writing on the walls and read it.
No, I definitely didn't spend the first 2 months playing that game reading everything I could find in that game.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
like,
anyways,
there's
so,
some really funny stuff in the messages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
some
Nar
of those
Shaddaa.
signs and stuff.
Some of the stuff in
Yeah.
Nar Shaddaa and Coruscant, even some of the game tags on the walls.
I forget what it was. I think it was some comics. I translated some of the stuff. And yeah, like sometimes they just put random names.
I used to be able to write
Yeah, I remember when you said that like
Yeah,
years ago.
I memorized the entire alphabet from 20.
I
should have been
Yeah,
studying
looking
for
at it
exams.
now, like when I made a message on Facebook for Tim.
Actually, I used to have
After
that font,
watching
so-
him try and read it out and figure out, I was looking at those letters long enough that after I watched him for like 10 minutes translate it,
Yeah.
it's
It
like,
didn't take 10 minutes to translate it.
okay, whatever, around 10 minutes. In that time, I learned at least half of those letters. Like, at the time, I could just like easily say what they were. Like, it
Yeah.
wouldn't take that long to memorize it now.
No. Took me a day.
Yeah, like you can do it probably in a couple hours if you just study it long enough. But that brings to the second question. Will any of you two, or me, subscribe to the game to get the membership?
It depends if I want to have less of a life or not.
I'm thinking you're okay with it.
Hey, it's only $15 a month.
Yeah, plus you get the discount if you do the 6 month time.
Yeah, 6 months. It's only $75 if you do 6 months.
Hearing that
But the
sounds
problem is not
messed up.
subscribing with the original amount of money. It's that once I subscribe, I know I'm just gonna spend crap loads on extra stuff, like
Yeah.
experience boosts and like.
See, but you're not doing that now.
Well, because I can.
You can now.
I can.
Oh no!
Yeah, you can add money. You don't have to
Yeah,
be a
no, Tim,
subscriber and add
don't
money
do
to
it
your
though,
account
because if
market.
you get like a 10% experience boost or something,
No,
it's
they're all
like
25%.
it's like, oh, now I'm getting as much as the members do.
No.
Yeah, no, you can buy them now.
Let's see
You
what
don't
I-
even have
I
to
was
subscribe.
thinking-
You can buy cartel coins and buy experience boosts and stuff without having to subscribe to it.
Yeah.
I would say just subscribe to it and not buy a boost because but and if you're a subscriber, you get 500 cartel coins a month.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wait, what coins are those again?
that's the
Cartel, that's
for
how
getting
you
buying
buy.
stuff on the cartel market.
Like those are like those fancy objects that
Yeah, fancy
like
objects,
the orange
experience boosts.
coin things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I was thinking, like Tim, or I think it was either one of you that didn't agree with me. I said, I'm gonna wait until I get to like finish this one character I'm on, and see if I feel like I'm going to play it again. Like I'd obviously do a totally different character, and you get a lot more species and whatever. Like when you,
no.
yeah,
that's not how that
there's
works.
quite a bit.
That's not how it works.
Well, okay, yeah,
You have to get
certain
that
level.
species to level 50 on another character before you can unlock it for another class. A certain
Well, no,
class,
no, no,
certain
what-
classes
no.
are restricted from using all
When
the
you're a
species.
member, don't you get the species? What? So you have to like go through one species.
So
and then you
okay,
unlock
so
them?
for instance, with the Twi'leks, the only Imperial class that can play Twi'lek is Inquisitor. So if you wanted to play a Sith warrior as a Twi'lek, you'd have to get either an Inquisitor to level 50 or a Republic character to
Okay.
level 50, and then you unlock that species for every class. Those are locked for everyone unless you either get a character to level 50 or you buy them for that for a million
Otherwise,
credits.
you'd see more.
for 1.5 million credits each.
That's a lot.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah. Once you get to
No,
level 50, 2 weeks into your game.
No,
You can afford more.
right now, like my smuggler, I have one of my crew skills is slicing. If I do all the dailies and have my doing slicing and some selling stuff on the market, I could make $1 million. And well, I've probably made like 4 or 5 million on that character, but I was funding all of my other characters with that because you can send credits to your alts. So I would just send 300,000 at a time to my alts and buy gear and food and whatnot, buy stuff on the market to upgrade it. So.
Okay, so
See.
the next topic is Brad versus Tim
I don't really know
on
what to do versus.
playing as the opposite gender because you have a problem with it.
Kind of. I guess it depends who's playing too. It just seems like.
Okay, see, this is the problem with doing a video podcast. Is you can't do stuff like that on video.
I don't know what he just did.
I don't either.
He's just like.
You're supposed to be looking at this.
What does this mean?
No, I want to do something. Speak louder.
Oh, that's not what
Oh, you're really like this.
Okay, Chris, stay out of this. But no, it's like I'm not sure. I personally would never do it. I don't think. I find it creepy for myself.
Okay, so will you ever play Tomb Raider?
That's a little different. I think.
I think that's a bit different because you don't have a choice, and that's a story.
Yeah,
like,
see,
you're not putting yourself
you're playing as that
okay,
character.
okay,
You're not,
okay.
you're not
Any
in like an MMO. You're technically role playing as that character.
Exactly. So then you're making decisions like, should I kiss him? That's just like creepy. It's like you're a dude. So
No, it's like two dudes having a conversation. One is a guy, one is a girl. It's like, hey, you're hot.
I just couldn't.
Wait, you've never seen that in the Old Republic? Somebody just like trying to flirt with like a girl character in the game.
I just couldn't imagine all the old creepy dudes.
It's funny
playing
actually.
as,
That was back not so much in the I haven't done that in the Old Republic, but in Silk Road. If you wanted people to be nice to you, play as a female character. I got all kinds of free stuff in that game.
See, that's exactly what happens in real life. You're taking advantage of your body. It's sickening.
Not quite. But anyways.
It's not even the same. You're fake. It's like a bunch of
I
cold.
there's sad souls out there who would think just because you're playing a female character, you're female.
Duh.
Yeah.
So wait, that's it?
I find it creepy. I would never do it. And
Okay, but why do you find it creepy?
I just said it's like
Because
when you're
playing
playing
as a female character.
The thing with video games is when you play it, no matter how serious you think you are about it, you're always involved subconsciously. Even it will
On some sort
affect
of
you.
emotional level, yeah.
It will affect you whether
That's
or
how they're
not
designed.
like you're gonna go grab a gun after playing Call of Duty and start just shooting people in the streets. That's this.
Are you just saying that will happen?
No,
No,
I'm saying
it's not
I'm
going to
saying
happen.
not like that,
Okay.
but subconsciously it does.
It does
affect
impact you,
you.
just like watching a movie
So-
or reading a book.
so would
listening to
then-
music even. It does affect you in
Exactly.
some
So
capacity.
would then playing as someone you're not. You're making decisions and you're thinking like someone. That's probably not the healthiest thing to be thinking as. You were made as you. It's like.
For me, I'm making the decisions the same as I would make them, like personally. It's just
Yeah, in Star Wars,
honestly-
you're making a Jedi or light side or dark side decisions.
Well,
No,
or
but
you're
then
making
once
equal decisions.
you're like.
But it's
of
like what he's
the
saying is
opposite
you're
gender, it's-
pretending you're playing it as a female, which I'm
Exactly.
not. I'm just playing it the same way I would personally
But
play
so
it.
you play
I
the
would
exact
just-
same way.
Yeah.
So then you're like, oh, she's good looking.
Well, okay.
Oh no!
Yeah, fair
makes
enough.
it
You don't really
even
go
worse.
to the point in that game. I just don't. That doesn't even think about that. But yeah.
So then it's, I guess it also depends. Some people would also be able to, like some people have more problems with violent video games than others. It's also what you can handle, as
Yeah,
opposed to what really causes.
It's just a personal
Exactly.
preference.
So I wouldn't do it because it's just,
Do you have anything?
I side with Tim. I mean, I don't quite go quite as deep into that, but I think
You
it's-
just personally prefer
I
to play as
personally
male
prefer
characters.
as
Yeah.
guy character.
I-
I don't.
I think it depends on
It's
the
just
character.
different.
Like for me, like certain, like in the
Yeah.
Republic, certain classes
Yeah.
I don't play as female characters because I just don't feel it fits the class per se. Like Bounty Hunter, I played as a male. Jedi Knight, I played as a male.
Okay, this isn't supposed to sound really weird. It was because mainly you always played this one, so I just tried it. Like
Personally,
depending on the game, like the Old Republic,
you're
like
making it sound way worse.
no,
than
but
it
that's the
is.
thing. That's what they say in real life. I'm just gonna try it. And then that leads to the article you showed me about.
There was a-
Anyways, we don't just carry on with your first thought.
it kind of.
You got bored being a dude. That's exactly what
And he wanted to explore.
No, it,
If we start, okay, we'll just have to keep an eye on
Okay,
his.
here's my example.
Starts looking at the plastic surgery, then we got a problem.
Yeah, a huge ball. Yeah.
Okay, here's my example. In Batman Arkham City, you can play as Catwoman.
Yeah.
She is a lot faster and feels different gameplay wise. Like
Chris, you're so mature. Good job. Your mom must be proud. It's okay, breathe.
Okay. tired and I haven't had coffee.
Use better
Everything's
words.
funny at this point.
Kyle, I think you're out of frame.
I'm telling the truth. How is that supposed to?
I know, but just the way, like, in the context
the way
of
you
Okay,
said
but
it.
how am I supposed to say it then? You
Differently.
Just carry on.
you say it.
Just carry on. No, just let him carry on. I'm enjoying watching him just foot in his mouth.
Okay.
Can you just finish your thought, please?
Catwoman. What did I say?
Rephrase the rest.
Yes. Okay. She is a different.
She's more agile,
She
she
has
moves quicker.
different. Yeah. She has different.
Yeah.
I
abilities.
said moves quicker.
No, but she
No,
has
she's
different
faster,
abilities.
is what you said.
There.
She feels different, is what you said. But anyways. Wow, you guys, come on.
But you agree with Brad. You like playing as.
No, I don't
Like,
like
see,
it.
you
It's
guys
just
haven't even asked me why I play as female characters yet.
it's
Yeah, why do you
different.
play
It's a different.
really
I'm not going to use that word.
different playstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, one that.
Feels different.
You know, but that's what Chris and me had the conversation. It's a different play style, but that's the same thing as real life. It's a different style of
Okay,
playing when
so
you were born.
Would you have a problem like in NHL? You can make a girl character. Would you have a problem playing as like a female team, like in a hockey game?
I would say this completely different. You don't make choices the same. That's just a video.
You can choose to
That'd be
play
like
as a female
playing-
team or a male team.
Yeah,
No,
but
but
you
it's
don't
like
like
it's the
you
same
don't
as
like
playing
actually
like
make like
Laura Croft and Tomb Raider. You're just playing that character. You're not
Yeah,
making
it's not-
decisions
you're not
as that
making
character.
Well, in
decisions. You're not
NHL, you're
thinking
playing
as a-
multiple characters.
Oh.
Anyways,
Chris, you
my
know,
only
like-
reasoning for playing as female characters in MMO is because like I said, I've spent like 900 hours playing that game. I would much rather stare at the back of a female character than a guy. That is really the sole purpose why I started playing as female characters in MMOs.
Actually, I
That
can
is-
kind of see his point. because,
That is
like,
the sole reason, and like in the conversation, listening to a female voice over a guy voice. Like I prefer listening to female vocalists over male vocalists. That's just, I would prefer the sound of the voice.
I
So
can
for me,
kinda
it's just
get
I'm
that,
playing it
yeah.
for an extensive amount of time. I just rather enjoy it more.
What if you played as a first person?
Hmm?
Play as a first person view.
'Cause
I
the first
don't
person
like
view
playing those
sucks.
games in first person
It
view.
sucks, the first person.
And in MMOs, it doesn't really work because you need to be able to see the area around
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
so.
and
I-
if you had like a gun pointing out, if you were in first person view and you could see a gun, like a first
Yeah, if
person
my
shooter,
smuggler, if like playing as my smuggler, I could actually see like the pistols, maybe.
But you don't see anything, and
No.
then with the way the mouse controls, like you could have the camera turned a certain way without even knowing, and you're like walking this way, but you're seeing that.
Yeah,
way, so it's like,
exactly.
it's really
The
annoying.
amount of times I end up goofing up my camera without even noticing,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing, really.
Okay. So the next segment is a revision of the upcoming games for 2013.
More games.
We forgot to mention a few, and there's a couple corrections I wanted to make. Mainly, first thing is the GTA 5. We were talking about how Rockstar said they wanted to make a huge game world,
Yeah.
and I thought it was for their next game. It
Yeah,
was
No,
actually for GTA 5.
Yeah.
So they're apparently the world size is going to be like Red Dead Redemption mixed with GTA 4 and
Yeah, we already knew that.
all their
Yeah.
past GTAs.
That's what we said.
Well, no, like I was trying to make the correction that it was for the next game.
But
all
that's
knew-
what we
so-
agreed
We
on
all
last
knew you were wrong.
podcast.
Okay, anyways, that's clear. So a few games we
admitted he
didn't
was wrong
mention
publicly.
was Army of Two, Devil's Cartel is coming out soon. Sim City,
That game is still being made.
it's like out next month, I think.
I meant
Are you
they're
gonna
still
play as a
making
female
Sims,
character,
yeah.
Chris?
No, I'm gonna play as a female city, whatever that means. Okay,
Anyways,
Lego City Undercover. Was a game I didn't
Undercover.
mention.
Undercover.
Undercover.
Learn to speak good.
There was trailers for that, and it looks pretty cool. It's
I
like
haven't
a
played a Lego game since Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, any Lego game is good. I don't know if I'll play it, but if I do,
yeah, no, it
Enjoy.
looks
I don't know.
good because
They
with
need to
the
go back
way
to
they
the
did
old Lego Island games.
the way they
Awesome.
did the Lego DC 2, where they actually brought in like full voices now.
yeah.
With this, it's actually its own thing. Like it's an actual Lego game with like instead of like a brand like
Yeah.
Star Wars or DC
Lego,
or whatever.
yeah.
So like, it looks like an actual. It's like a cop crime game, but like it's just like it looks pretty good, and it's like fully voiced and whatever. So next thing is that a couple of games we mentioned last time were released this month already. So that was Dead Space 3 and Aliens Colonial Marines.
Aliens, any gameplay I've seen is
Yeah,
it's like
one game is good and one game is complete crap and no one should ever buy it. Meaning Aliens, because Dead Space is awesome. But, yeah, so those two were already released earlier this month, and later this month we got, in 2 days, we got Crysis 3 and Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
I hate the name.
Again.
Again.
Yeah, we know.
Still. Revengeance.
So, that brings us to Destiny. The Red Earth game Destiny. This morning there was a live stream on IGN and they showed off Bungie's new game called Destiny. And we got new info about it because before this, the only stuff there was like concept art and a little bit about the plot or like what everything was happening.
there's a tiny video.
No.
Or was that just
Yeah, they probably,
concept art?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, in this movie we'll look at in a sec, it's a vid doc about it, Bungie did. We got info, it's supposed to require an online connection.
Which means this is the next Xbox.
No.
But we'll talk about that later.
It was I'm pretty sure they were saying it's confirmed that it's for Xbox 360 and PS3 and future stuff.
Which is why it requires an online connection.
Yeah, so apparently it's a first-person shooter. They actually have gameplay in there, but it's also MMO. Like it's supposed to be a lot of people. Like,
so it's progressive. Huh.
Yeah, but it's like there's single-player campaign, but like there's going to be I think other people in your world. Like you're not going to you can choose to play with them or you can choose to play by yourself.
Oh, there was a couple other Xbox Live games that did that.
So it's kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of going to be like a MMORPG, but like it's like a single player thing that you can choose to.
More or less, it's like Star Wars: The Old Republic,
Yeah.
where you can play it by yourself, or you can play it.
But like this is like a first-person shooter. They're designing it kind of like Halo, but you can have like a crowd load of people in the same world as you play it too. So apparently they have a signed deal with Activision, who's publishing it, that for the next 10 years. They're supposed to be releasing stuff, so it's for Destiny. So it's like every.
So
IGN,
it won't get like sequels per se, but it'll get.
No, apparently they were like the original agreement that was leaked or something. This was like a long time ago. Like it could have been changed. It was like a contract. Apparently it was supposed to be like a new game every 2 years.
Yeah.
And on the year in between. There was supposed to be some big, like really big, like DLC thing to continue that game. So, yeah, so there should be like a few games out by like 2020 or whatever.
More or less like Halo.
Yeah, and it looks Halo-like.
Well, like it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in ways, it looks cooler.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. I'd say
it looks
different, but it might be more appealing to me.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it looks cool. Anyways, we're gonna play the video here.
That moment where we decided that the right thing was for us to do something big and commit the entire company to it, it's a big deal.
The stories tell of a golden age long ago, when our civilization spanned the system. It was a bright and hopeful time, but it didn't last. Something hit us, knocked us down and tried to stamp us out. No one knows exactly what, but we do know this. Very few of us survived. And those who did owe their lives to the Traveler.
The fantasy you have when you're creating an experience is that someone else is going to enjoy it. One reason that the game is so intriguing is that it's reaching players in ways that we haven't before. We're really going to make a conscious effort to build an experience which is going to be meaningful for people. Like, how do you keep a player going for 50 or 100 hours over some number of months? And to not just want to play the game, but to want to play it with their friends.
Legends say the Traveler sacrificed itself to save us. The mysterious sphere still hangs where it made its last stand, low above the earth, keeping silent watch. The years that followed the collapse of the Golden Age were hard, but slowly we joined together to build a city beneath the Traveler. And now we've begun to venture back into the wild, only to find that we're not alone. Strange and deadly creatures have occupied our old worlds, and they're pressing hard against the city, probing for a weakness, trying to stamp us out for good.
The limitations are our imagination, our ability to conceive these ideas, and that's a pretty special place to be in.
Your story begins at this moment of great adventure and peril. You are a guardian of the city, a soldier able to wield some of the Traveler's incredible power. If you can find a way to save the city, to reclaim all that we have lost, you will become legend. If you fail, the last light of civilization will go out.
We needed something that challenges and inspires all of us. Something that I think has enough ideas in it that'll last us for the next 10 years.
We are blazing a ton of new trails.
We're building something alive. It has a nature that we don't totally control. Things are going to happen that we don't plan, and that's amazing.
The best thing about Bungie is, even though you have these crazy ideas, you know that they're going to get funneled into a game that's fun.
We're creating something completely new, and it's a scary place, but if it's not scary, then it's not going to be good.
We all have a ton of passion, and we all have just enough crazy to pull this off.
We've gone from continuing to make Halo games to doing something which certainly draws on our past experiences and plays to our strengths, but it's new and exciting. It's going to take on a life of its own.
We didn't even know how big Halo was going to get. How can anything be bigger than Halo? We'll find out.
So what did you guys think about that video? It was pretty. That was
It looks pretty good. It looks like it.
I'd play it.
Yeah.
I like that. It's an inside joke. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
There's one thing I was going to mention.
No, you're right.
I hope they get really creative with the weapons.
They could.
Because it's just a whole new thing, futuristic. Yeah. It's like,
I hope they include. That'd be based in reality.
I hope they include lots of vehicles, and I'm hoping more from like an actual fighter jet.
Like PlanetSide 2, it has cool like jets and stuff that you can fly in, and like it's.
Well, when they made
really
Halo, they
old.
had a lot of ground vehicles. They had the Banshee, ATA. I want something like I want them to incorporate like a helicopter type Apache type thing, and a jet. Something that's actually more based around the battle.
I don't think at that point it doesn't look like they would have helicopters.
Bring in
Okay, you never get rid of helicopters.
They would
no
have
matter
like
how.
hover.
Well, they'd have like the
things.
Vulcan or whatever it was in Halo, kind of thing.
Fine, hover.
Yeah, but that was going back. Like they transferred into the which
Same
was
idea, though. It's still a
it was the same
helicopter.
idea, but that one wasn't necessarily a helicopter. It was more just so that's what I'm saying. They could have like a.
But it's the same idea. He's saying the same idea, like helicopter type vehicle.
Anyways, yeah, so I'm excited for that, and it's supposed to be coming out holiday 2015. So.
Yeah, which would make sense why they're making it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But it'll be on the next Xbox. It'll be on both, but it'll be on the next Xbox. Anyways,
yeah, so there's another piece of news is that on February 20th.
My phone's going off.
So in 3 days from now, there's going to be a Sony event in New York. And there's
PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
That's it.
Everybody, like, I think at this point, with how many game companies and everything are saying that it's supposed to be PlayStation 4, if it's not...
Oh, it will be. There's no way it's not going to be.
No, but if it's not, Sony would make the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's not that. So let's say it's not even something you need to consider. It's not going to not be PlayStation 4.
It's not going to
No,
be
no,
not.
no.
It's not going to not be.
It's a double negative.
Whatever. I didn't major in English.
Yeah, so that's cool. In like 3 days, we could see what next gen console.
I think the really funny part about that is, like, 3 weeks ago, Sony came out and said they were going to let Microsoft announce the next console first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, we'll let them make the first move.
Yeah, and then they go and make their move first. But Microsoft's console will be announced between now.
I hope it's at E3 because
No,
then if
it won't be.
it's yeah,
No.
But I kind
Microsoft, the next Xbox, it'll be announced between now and the 26th of March. That's when Game Development Console, our conference starts, GDC. And companies will want to be showing their games off there, and there's no way Microsoft's going to let them only show it on PlayStation 4. They want them being able to show it on their console as well.
So what's so special about the PS4 though?
Nothing.
Well,
that's
no, it's
other than
kind of-
basically the specs or the supposed
Are
specs are basically identical to
They're
the
not
Xbox.
getting
No, for the Xbox. The next Xbox.
The next Xbox.
Yeah, both consoles will have the same graphics chip.
So they're finally kind of catching.
Yeah. Well, see, what it was is the PS3 had a prototype, well, not prototype, like a proprietary chip that Sony built themselves. So it was really hard to program for it. The next one, it'll be the same chip for PS4 and Xbox. So programming games for both will be walking apart, porting back and forth, which.
And I was speaking of porting and stuff. Lots of people were mad with Dead Space 3 was that they announced, I don't think it was really, I guess maybe it wasn't released on Steam on the same day, but the PC version of Dead Space 3 is a console port because the developers, I think they're Visceral Games or whatever, they've never really made games for the PC, so like they made it for consoles and like they're not very good at making a PC oriented game, so like basically they just copied it over and everybody's mad because there's no like graphic settings for the PC, and like everybody's like, oh, that's the only reason you get it on PC is for like being able to have it better graphics, but like on the Xbox it still looks like amazing.
Yeah,
so
but
it's
on
like,
PC it could look way better if they actually took the time to make it.
Yeah,
for
but
PC,
I mean, it's probably one of the best looking Xbox games out right now.
Yeah, that's because they're right now they're at the pinnacle as far as what they can do on an Xbox. They can't go any further, so they are going to look the best. But the next generation games
I think
look way
the
better.
little bit of things that could look better on the PC, I actually prefer it to be the way it is now because some of like the grittiness of it, like there's a little bit of blur in some places. Like it just suits Dead Space the way it is. Like the graphics, I don't think making it a little bit better, like anti-aliasing or whatever, will make it that any different. So I think it looks good the way it is. Yeah, the next thing is we did back in October, on the 20th of October, we did a marathon for a site called Extra Life, which basically the marathon was for children's hospitals, and we played for BC Children's Hospital. Our team, excluding Brad, we raised.
Brad's family doesn't love him, so he didn't donate any money like everybody else's family did.
Yeah, we raised a total of $617.80 for our first go at it. Like, I mean, $617, it's pretty good. Our original goal when I first signed up and found out about it, I wanted it it was 500, and then I moved it up to, we were almost there after or you got to us to 300 right away. Like I had one donation and you got your 200 whatever. So then I moved it up to 750, but we didn't quite reach that.
Yeah.
But
we should be able to reach a couple thousand.
Yeah.
If
so
we were to start now.
What I wanted to ask was if any of you would be interested in doing it again, because they already have announced announced it. And
What day is it on?
It's
It's
on
in
November
November.
2nd.
Yeah,
Is it a
it's
Saturday?
November.
I think so. It should be the same day. I think.
Yeah, it would be Saturday because the 5th is the Tuesday.
Yeah. So.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, sorry. Okay, the reason why I know that is that's one of the dates that people are thinking that the next Xbox will come out on.
Oh.
Is the Tuesday, November 5th. But yeah, anyways.
Alright. So will you guys be
I'm
wanting
not sure
to?
why not.
Oh yeah, I would do
It's
this.
fun last time.
Yeah. So.
More caffeine though this time around.
But our
More caffeine
goal.
or wait,
Well, and maybe more actual food because we.
Yeah,
it's feeling
more
kind of
We had,
good.
I think we had.
caffeine.
We all had our own pizza,
Yeah,
and
we had Little Caesars
a little
pizza,
bit of
which is
chips. That was
gross.
all we
That was
had.
it.
Yeah.
For
That was
dinner.
it?
Yeah.
Or no, okay, no, we had burgers,
Burgers
for
for
lunch.
lunch.
But then
Yeah.
pizza,
And then we
late
didn't
dinner,
eat
and then
anything
like there was
again,
nothing
that
else.
was-
Wait, why didn't you guys eat through the night?
We didn't.
That's
Well,
another
we got
12
okay. Well,
hours.
we had our pizza at like 9.
Yeah.
No, I mean like at like 3.
We had our lunch at like 2 or 3, like the burgers, and then we had.
No, I mean at night.
Yeah, no, in the morning. 2 in the
No,
morning.
but we didn't
We
really
didn't.
have
We
burgers. You guys had chips,
we
but
didn't plan this through.
like I
didn't
said
plan.
before, I don't like eating food and then playing a game and then eating food and then playing a game. Like I have to eat it all at once and then like wash my hands so they're not like greasy, and then.
So you keep like a Lysol wipe and you can wipe off your controllers.
We use a fork.
Or use just
Chips?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna eat this
Just
pizza
do
with
what
fork.
Oscar does and use chopsticks to eat.
I eat pizza
chips.
with a fork sometimes.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, for some reason I'm not.
You just like cut it up
you
into
and your,
pieces
you and
and
your,
you eat.
your New Guinea coffee.
He sounds like one of those like rich spoiled kids. You're like,
No, I
He
don't.
doesn't look like it either. Which is
You're
like
like-
funny.
rich metalhead that's like, I can't eat pizza with my hands.
I do eat pizza with my hands.
But yes.
When I play Xbox, I eat it with a fork and a knife.
He doesn't get his control greasy.
That's exactly
That's
what
why I say
you're
why
doing.
are you about getting your
You're the whining
Why-
rich
wait,
kid.
yeah.
I can't eat pizza and play games.
Why
Just
a
use
knife?
so he doesn't get his hands greasy, so he doesn't get his
No,
controller
why you
greasy.
just
So he can
shove it with a fork and eat it?
Well, I could, but then
you
it's
look
like
a barbarian.
Yeah, you're not.
It'll be
I
civilized.
guess, okay.
Come on, man. Be civilized.
Anyway, so I wanted to know what you guys thought about possibly our goal for this next year is $1,000.
I say we start
I
with
think
that.
we
I think
could
we get more than
actually-
that if we start
Yeah.
fundraising now.
What if we actually like went to
We can start. We can
small
actually try to go to
businesses?
small businesses.
Yeah.
How about your gas station?
Yeah, I can ask him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
I'm sure he would possibly do it, and I could probably talk to people at Walmart
Tell
because
Jeremy he needs to do it this year.
yeah.
Tell him to get the day off work and we'll do it. He does.
One of the I found out this was Children's Miracle Network, like that was like the actual thing it was going
Yeah,
through. Walmart, which I recently left, but I'm in good relations with some of the managers there.
Yeah.
I found out when I was during the orientation day, they do fundraising and donations and stuff, and one of the top things that they donated to every year was Children's Miracle Network. So I'm sure they could do some sort of supporting there. So I'll talk to people. And this is just an idea I wanted to throw out there about this.
No.
Just so we get a little bit more connection with this, is that we take a trip over to BC Children's Hospital. Because sometimes, like, I've seen lots of
Can you
videos.
drive?
I can read.
No, that's not. I'm just wrong.
Obviously, I wouldn't be. Well, I could drive at this point. Probably. I'll have my license by then.
So BC Children's Hospital.
car?
Stay there overnight.
Well, probably. I don't know.
How many of us would be going?
I'm just.
Have you thought this through
No.
at all?
I just said this is an idea I'm throwing out there right now.
We could talk.
There's
about
no
it.
plans
We'll
about
talk
it.
later.
Yeah, but okay. Well, yeah.
It's an idea. Okay,
We'll tell them
anyways.
it's wrong later. I'll care.
Anyways,
Discuss
we'll
this
have
off
the
camera.
we'll have the site info. I already have my page set up and the team page set up for this next year, so I'll include the links in the page or in the description underneath. And yeah, so we're getting close to the end here.
Can we coffee now?
I'm
dying here.
Crap, I didn't double check this, but I believe March 12th is the first anniversary of Red Gaming. 1 year.
Tim, you just like look away in shame.
1 year, 10 subscribers.
Yes.
We have 10 subscribers.
It's not even one a month. And 3 of those are actually most of those are probably us.
Yep.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was one of. I'm pretty sure it's you. Oh wait, no, maybe not. One of you guys isn't subscribed.
I'm subscribed.
Subscribing.
Kyle. Make it
Yeah,
living.
I may be
Just leave.
subscribed.
Just
I don't
leave.
So,
You don't belong here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If we all start sharing all our videos, we'll get more
I
audience.
only have 3
I don't.
people on
Okay.
Facebook.
I've
30?
got like
You have like 200, and I have
50.
200.
I've got 250, but like the only ones who would watch it are us.
That's not. Well, no, I'm not saying just the podcast. I'm saying our channel.
I know.
Like,
The only ones who would watch it
Or
are us.
us.
You have
Most of my
So,
friends, well, my only friends who are nerds are you guys.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
So you don't know any more nerds?
No.
No. It's Nanaimo. They're all hipster
You
hippie.
have
little
to get the LARPers and the
Oh.
No,
people
we
play
do
Dungeons
not
and
involve
Dragons.
ourselves with those nerds.
Dungeons and
Yeah, that's like
Dragons.
a whole nother level of nerd.
Fine.
No, you guys don't
Nice.
play Dungeons and
Punks.
Dragons?
No.
No.
Library.
I've always wanted to do
Let's go.
like,
Let's
live
go.
action role playing.
Let's go play
Live
Dungeons.
action role playing.
Let's go
They
play
have-
Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's do it right now. No.
They have a
They do
gigantic Viking live action role playing festival that kind of does like a Skyrim type thing over in like Sweden.
I'm going to
every year.
LARP.
Yes,
as a,
let's go to Sweden.
I'm going to LARP as a boxer right now.
Sounds
Can we just end this now before this gets any worse?
Okay, yeah. So,
Let's just say, like, we've digressed to the point where we're talking about LARPing.
Hey.
I'm just
What if
kidding.
someone
we need to
doesn't know
raise
what
our
that
standards
is?
for this
Live action
podcast.
role playing. That's what it stands for. Live action.
Wait, who
role
didn't
playing.
know that? You?
No, I'm
We
saying
said
what
what
if
if?
someone doesn't know?
Kyle, did you know what
What's
LARPing was?
LARPing?
I actually didn't know about
Okay.
that. I
It's-
know
it-
what live action role playing is.
Yes, that's
but-
what LARPing is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's the end, and
Survived.
okay, what's the? You already started that. So what's that doing?
Okay, so what was that now?
I am so confused right now.
My life.
Okay. Anyways, let's start this back up again. 2 episodes.
2 down. 4 to go.
4.
More.
Oh, okay. It's like, wow, you have
Yes.
long goals for this.
We'll die after 6 episodes. We're all just gonna hate each other. The final podcast we'll just kill each other on set.
Yeah, it's like
Tune in for the
See, the
special.
fifth episode we'll kill each other on set.
and then it's like at that point it's like nothing ever comes out on our reach again. 'Cause we all died.
We'll make our 6th episode, but then the 7th we'll record it, but we'll kill each other, so it'll just never get aired.
Sounds like I'm not showing up for the 6th episode.
Yeah,
No, the 7th.
I think this should be the last one.
Let's just kill it.
Quit
now.
while we're ahead. No. No.
Quit on a high note.
You were just saying how low of a note this was.
Shut up.
Anyways,
I'm
so
tired.
let's-
I can't think straight. I have a meeting to go to. What is my life?
I have a meeting to go to after I talked with nerds. Okay.
Can we just
Cut.
Cut.
There we go.
We done. Hey guys.
That is